name is Tasha, and this is a reading for some of you who have something new coming in and you've been in a hermit mode for quite some time, but there's a new shift that's taking place with the air energy around you, a new idea, Ace of Swords, and this is going to have to do with the finances. There is a sense of building towards wealth and building towards something, but also not holding too tightly, making sure that you're not gripping too tightly onto things. And with the hermit energy, there's this sense of being on an inward journey and taking time to really reflect by yourself. Maybe you've been on the hermit journey or you're being called to turn inwards, and this card really represents finding the inner knowledge and having that lantern to illuminate the way through the dark night. And that comes from taking the time to get to know yourself. Four of Cups and Temperance. So there have been some emotions where you were feeling like maybe dejected or heavy emotions around just feeling like something has passed you by and not being open to this new opportunity and the new emotions that are coming in that are being handed to you. And the Temperance card, which also talks about tempering and balancing the emotions, and this angel is pouring from one cup to another while it has one foot on the earth and one foot in the water, which represents having a grounded approach that's balanced, staying in tune with the earth and with your subconscious through the water, and that there can be new growth represented by the flowers. What else for this collective? What's the message for this collective? New ideas, hermit. What do they need to know for their highest and best good? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so something's coming in fast. There's a masculine, youthful energy with a fiery approach coming in quickly to help you towards building and keeping the fire and the passion in what you're doing. There could be a fire sign coming into your life, a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries in masculine energy. And the Two of Wands. So you're really thinking and building towards your next adventure. Like the Two of Wands, he's holding the earth in his hands and looking out over the expanse. Like, okay, what am I going to do next? And sitting in the hermit energy, you know, you're finding that next step. You're finding where you want to go. And perhaps there's also a bit of a sense of lack when it comes to the finances or emotional fulfillment, that someone new is going to come in and shake things up a bit. But there's also the need for caution. With the Seven of Cups, this card talks of having a lot of different opportunities, but not all of them are actually good. You can see here that some of the things on the card are nice representations like jewels, and others are like snakes and dragons. So it's important to really be mindful of different emotional opportunities that are coming up. There might be a lot of options presented to you, and you're being called now to take a moment and not rush into anything. Like this night, especially with the fire energy, can want to go very quickly, but you don't want to rush headstrong into something that might not actually serve your highest good. So there is a message to slow down and so that you can avoid feeling like you're in poverty. Because if you happen to make a rash decision going really quickly, then we've got the Five of Pentacles, and this card represents like feeling in poverty, disempowered, and lost. And like these people are depicted outside and they're standing there in the cold, the wind is blowing, he's got like a broken leg, and he's on crutches. You know, they're not having a good time, but they're standing outside of a church, and inside the church the lights are on, and they could knock on the door and go in and ask for help. So there's a feeling of pride as well, and you know, this sense of not wanting to miss things that are right in front of you, or maybe not seeing things that are right in front of you. And that's why it's important to spend that time in the Hermit energy and the Two of Wands, so that you really take the time to make sure that you're making the right decision for yourself, not overlooking new opportunities, but also not getting tempted by something that's just shiny that might not actually serve your highest and best good. So we have the King of Cups, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. So the King of Cups, we've got a strong masculine energy with the water and the emotions, but the King represents someone who's in control of his emotions. Like, this guy looks a little disgruntled, honestly, but he is supposed to represent one who has achieved like emotional mastery, and one who doesn't make rash decisions when it comes to their emotions, and a leader who is capable of locking in the right choices from a grounded approach and not being solely driven by their emotions, but also who is in tune with them and who listens to their subconscious and pays attention to their dreams, pays attention to the subtle energies and messages that can come with the water. And the Six of Swords talks about leaving a negative situation behind, moving away from something that's not serving you. With it coming up in the reverse, it could be that maybe you're currently in this negative situation and you're resisting leaving it because you know that if you do, then you'll have to do some inner work and spend some time alone, learning and healing and growing from this. But there is a sense of progress that can come when you allow yourself to walk away from things that are not serving you. And with the Ace of Wands, like having two aces in the reading shows that there is a lot of opportunity that is auspicious and can be beneficial at this time. There could be something new coming in, a new opportunity with work, business, and something that's going to really light your soul on fire. Okay? Going to build on the message with the Starseed Oracle. Okay, these cards are just jumping out. So, lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So, perhaps you're seeing something in a new light for the first time, and you're recognizing that there is something that is off. The veil has been lifted, and you're seeing it in a new light, and it's important that you don't shy away from these realizations, and that you allow yourself to clear out the things that are not aligned with where you're going, what is not truly serving you and your highest and best good. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. So there's been a relationship that, it could be a partnership, even a family relationship or a working relationship that has some sort of karmic element to it, and maybe now you guys have both learned your lesson and it's time to walk away. Even though you're resisting it, maybe you feel like you'll be in poverty, you'll feel emotional and dejected, and that like you really need to hold on, especially with this Four of Pentacles. Like maybe you feel like you have some sense of security with this connection, and that's making it hard to want to let go. But there's so many more opportunities that are going to come your way once you decide to stop resisting this and actually let yourself move away so you can start to heal. You've got the Love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay, and like this image too is very like confused. It's like, your boundaries are getting blurred, you're confusing your wants and needs with somebody else's, or you're not sure which ones are more important or what is even like needing your attention right now. So there is definitely a need to come in to this Hermit energy for this group, or maybe you're in it right now and you were in that before, but there's a new way of thinking that's coming in for you with the Hermit. Spending time alone allows you to really get clear on what your boundaries are and what that means for you. And when you're alone, you can understand your baseline and you're not being influenced by other people or another person, outside energies that can be distracting you, draining your energy. And if you're just in this codependence with them, it might be really hard to identify when it's happening. But once you get away and you spend some time alone, you will gain clarity on the situation like never before. So that's your reading for tonight. I hope this resonates for you. My name is Tasha. This is Tasha's Tarot, and yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, and reach out if you're interested in a personal reading. I have also launched my Reiki course as well as Phoenix Transformational Coaching. I'm super excited to offer my coaching program, and I can't wait to connect with the aligned souls who are ready to make some transformation on their goals. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.